Back. Hi, everyone. Anne O'Connell with OC Publishing here, and welcome to the author journey. I'm switching up my background a little bit here. Last week I was at Oceanstone, and today I'm in my dining room, which is always a fun place to be. We love to eat in my family. So today we're very, very lucky to have with us one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. She's very, very special. Is a supporter and a cheerleader for fellow authors, and recently launched her first children's book. We have with us today Lana Shupe, and she says that she fell in love with books when she was a toddler and has never stopped loving them. Telling and writing stories has always been a part of her life, and her 3 children are all grown up now, but reading with them as they grew up was the absolute best book experience in her life. Her house is full of teetering piles of books. Can we all relate to that? And even the bathroom has books. She reads anywhere she can find a spot while devouring potato chips that are not entirely good for her. Boy, that's my number one weakness. I knew I loved her for a reason, many reasons. Lana's best writing buddy, Thunder, her Westie, was with her when she wrote The Lonely Little Lighthouse. And poor Westie is not with us anymore, or Thunder. So our heart goes out to you, Lana. In her free time, she travels the world in search of bookshops to visit. And Lana is also the creator and scribe for the Atlantic Book Reviews on Facebook. So check that out. And I just want to show you quickly this absolutely gorgeous book that we're going to be talking about today, The Lonely Little Lighthouse, words by Lana Shupe and art by Marla Lesage, who is brilliant. So without further ado, and Lonely Little Lighthouse is published by Nimbus. So without further ado, let's bring Lana up to join me. Yay! Hi, Lana. Welcome.
Hi, Annalise. It's so nice to see you.
Oh, it's so nice to see you. And I think that we're experiencing some different weather right about now, right?
I would say we are. But it's sunny here today, so we're very happy here in Calgary.
Oh, good. Yes. And for those of you who are familiar with OC Publishing, we are based in Halifax, Nova Scotia. And Lana is originally from Nova Scotia, the South Shore, and is right now in Calgary. So has been shoveling the last few days. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry.
It's good for the muscles.
I suppose. Well, I want to say hi to everybody who's watching, and I knew this would be a very popular one because everybody loves Lana. And we say hi to Sue Slade.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, and Karen Dean is with us. Hi, Karen. Hi, thank you for joining us. And Carrie Stanton and Shonda Cervello. Wow, thanks guys for watching and joining us. And remember, as we're chatting with Lana, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments, and I'll try and get them out and addressed, and we'll cover lots of ground. We've got so many exciting things going on with you at Read by the Sea this past summer at River John, when you did a little reading about The Lonely Little Lighthouse, or with that. Tell us about this wonderful book and how it came about.
It was a story that I really, from my heart, that I really wanted to tell. It's about the little town where I grew up and the lighthouse where I spent so many days of my childhood, and then took my kids there and all that great stuff. And this community raised me after my father died, and when my mom moved us, my brother and I, down to Shelburne, Nova Scotia. And I just wanted to give back to the community. I wanted their story to be told. So I said, I'll try. And thank you, Nimbus Publishing, and Whitney Moran in particular, for accepting it and making this beautiful book. And for Marla for bringing my words to life. Her illustrations are just perfect for the story. And so now the Lonely Little Lighthouse has been out in the world, and she's been traveling, and she's not lonely anymore. And it's a beautiful thing.
Turn that frown upside down. How exciting.
Turn that frown upside down.
I love a happy ending. So in your bio, it says that you've had a love of reading since you were a toddler. But when did you start writing?
I I think I've always written in a journal, always had a journal and a diary with the little lock and the little key that I used to wear around my neck on a ribbon when I was about 10. I don't know, but writing has come later in life. I was a teacher before I was a mother, and the writing kind of just seemed to be something that's come as I've gotten to be an old lady now. And I've always been a storyteller, though. I've always liked to embellish. I've always liked to entertain people with things. So I think writing was just, I said, okay, I'll write some words down and see how they look. And
so natural next step.
That seemed like, well, the unnatural next step, I guess. I still feel I still have imposter syndrome in this author journey.
Pinch yourself, right? Yeah, I get that, and it probably will never go away 100%. But the more people that, read The Lonely Little Lighthouse and share their reactions with you and send you the pictures. Oh my goodness, that book has traveled all over the place.
It's been phenomenal, and I've met so many people with this book. If for no other reason, I will be grateful for the people that I have met and shared stories with, and it's been, from beginning to end, it's been a joy. It's been a complete joy.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Cindy Tingley, who's just joined us. Hey, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. We're going to be celebrating her book launch later this evening, so we're excited about that. But okay, so you're a storyteller. You love to share stories, so why don't you read a little bit from The Lonely Little Lighthouse, if you wouldn't mind, for us?
I would love to do that. And my favorite part of the book is these 2 pages, which talks about the Lonely Little Lighthouse's relationship with the lighthouse keeper. Some of her most cherished memories were of time spent with the lightkeeper, watching and waiting for him to row out in his dory to light her lamp and turn on her foghorn. The lightkeeper was very gentle and kind when he worked at keeping her clean and tidy. The little lighthouse thrilled to the sound of his voice as he told her tales of faraway places and fantastical creatures that lived in the ocean out past the harbor. She never felt lonely when the lightkeeper was with her. Their time together came to an end on the day the lightkeeper told her there had been changes and he had to go. Her last glimpse of the lightkeeper had made her heart heavy. Now the only memory of his company remained. Her only constant friend was the little red buoy anchored in the harbor, the buoy that clanged and bobbed beside her. And then the story goes on to tell how a local resident, a wonderful lady named Bernice Goodick, came to rally the troops together in the community, and they came together to save the Lonely Little Lighthouse and make her not lonely anymore.
Oh, it really does tug at the heartstrings, doesn't it? I love that story. And again, the illustrations are just incredible. I want to just also say, hey, James Simone, for joining us. Thank you for joining us. He says there are at least 2 copies in Nunavut. I think that's probably the furthest away that it could be, right?
I actually got a note from a friend. She actually was a fellow mom on the hockey bench when my boys were playing hockey.
Hockey moms are the best.
It has gone to Australia, and she sent me a picture of the Lonely Little Lighthouse in Australia.
Oh, wow.
But Nunavut is on my list of places to go, James. So get the teapot on, James, and I'll be there.
Plug it in. What's your favorite kind of tea?
Good old red rose.
Oh, red rose. Well, I've got a tea here, but I'm in like the herbal tea gal, but chamomile, mint, whatever.
Also very good.
Yeah. So you've got a couple of exciting projects sort of burbling away. Why don't you share with us, what's coming up?
So next year, a chapter book is coming out with Running the Goat Books and Broadsides in Newfoundland, and it is called The Hippie Pirates. I'm super excited about that.
The Hippie Pirates.
This one also mostly takes place actually in Shelburne, Nova Scotia, but it's a time traveling kind of thing. And I just recently found out that I have another picture book coming out in 2024 with Nimbus again. So I'm pretty excited about that, but there'll be further announcements about that.
Oh, congratulations. Can you tell us a little bit about the storyline of Hippie Pirates? I just think that is so fun.
So the Hippie Pirates are a grandma and grandpa duo, and they travel in a converted VW bus.
That's going to be me.
That can travel on land and can then travel in the water. And it's a magical VW bus that can take them back in time. And they travel with their 3 children who just happen to have some of the same characteristics of my own children. So my children have not read the story yet. My adult children have not read the story yet. So I'm very excited to see what they have to say when they read about themselves in the book.
And what do they think about The Lonely Little Lighthouse? What kind of reaction?
The Lonely Little Lighthouse holds a lot of memories for them because they spent a lot of time there as kids with their grandmother, my mother. So it's huge for all of us.
Oh, excellent. Well, and we want to give a shout out. Diane Floyd-Bame just joined us, another children's author. And I know that you have supported a lot of the OC Publishing authors. And we're just recently, I think we have a little review from Charlie and the Tire Swing.
We do. I love it.
Thanks for joining us, Diane. So they love that. Do they share any of their ideas of what you should write next?
They don't.
No.
But I will tell a little story about my middle boy, which leads into my whole storytelling thing. He once told me, he did not, when I was giving him information, if he asked me a question, he would say to me, and Mom, I just want the short story. I don't want the novel. So
I don't want the novel.
Tells I'm wordy or I'm a long storyteller, one or the other.
And so the Hippie Pirates is a chapter book, first chapter book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's geared at sort of beginning readers, so that 6 to 8 age group. But as we know, picture books and chapter books are for everyone.
Oh my goodness, yes. We all love picture books. We all love picture books.
Yeah.
Yes.
Picture books have a lot of messages to give to us adults too.
So talk a little bit about your writing routine, like for other writers out there who might maybe catch a little advice.
I am an early morning person. And so I get up, I make my coffee, and I settle in for the morning, most mornings. And I'll give a little shout out to my neighbor, Nancy, because Nancy is also an early riser. And sometimes she keeps me from writing because she's messaging me about, did you see so-and-so just go to work? And did you see, who's out shoveling their snow? And we kind of get caught up in that. But anyway, I do sit down to write every morning, or I try to write every morning. And I love to write on trains, and I love to write on planes.
Nice.
I'll write just about any time, but my main time, when things seem to come to me, it's usually that early morning start.
Cool. I can't write on like in a moving mode of transportation. I love trains and planes. I'm too busy looking out the window, and I'm
there is that.
Checking out.
I won't say I get a lot done on trains and planes, but I do write on planes and trains.
Yeah, but as writers, no matter where we are, there's always research going on, right?
Yeah. And there's always a notebook. It's either in my purse or in my pocket or in my backpack. There's always a notebook. I'm sure it can get annoying for anybody that travels with me on any regular basis, but
if they know and love you, it won't be annoying.
Okay. I'll hold you.
And Karen says, my kids tell me the same thing, must be a writer thing. Shorten that story. My family does as well. Yeah. I can't tell a story without giving all the background.
Oh, you have to have background.
Right.
What's a story without the lead up?
And then it saves them having to ask any questions because I've already filled them in, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it builds the suspense.
That's my theory anyway. And so what inspires you? Speaking of looking out windows of trains.
Everything. and I know that sounds very cliche and it sounds, but
Mm-mm.
everything inspires me. The sun shining on the snow, my dog wagging his tail as he's walking in front of me.
Oh,
Um, my family, something that someone says. In fact, another shout out goes to my husband, Mark Shupe, um,
Mark.
because the hippie pirates idea actually came from him. We were staying at a bed and breakfast in Annapolis Royal, and the couple that were the owners of the B&B, the gentleman said, our children call us the hippie pirates. And Mark immediately turned to me and he said, that is a story.
That's a story. I love it.
And so I said, well, you write it then. And he said, no, you write it. And then I just sat down and they were such an awesome couple. It was just inspirational. I just sat down and it just all came to me. It
Oh, that's
was
awesome.
so
You know,
much fun. Yeah,
I
they
can imagine. I can't wait to get it because I think it's going to become my Bible.
were
Because my goal, and I mean, my partner will have to be Ollie, my kitty cat, because I don't have a partner right now.
great
It'll be,
partner.
oh my goodness. I say, my next phase, I'm going to be in a camper van. I'm going to toss in my cat and my guitar and my laptop and just
Travel.
go,
Just go.
just go. And you do a lot of traveling, you and Mark, don't you?
We do. We do a lot of
Yes,
travel.
and you were just in Turkey. That looked amazing.
Yeah. The
Amazing.
balloon were just
Oh,
fab. Turkey, I can't recommend Turkey enough.
is
It's
it?
wonderful.
Would you say it's your favorite place?
Maybe not my favorite place, but definitely top 10. And the balloon experience was number one, I'm sure. And I'm sure Mark would say the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say I have two amazing favorite places that I've seen in the whole world in one, and they're both very ancient ruins, and the ideas that came through me in those
Phenomenal.
places, Petra, Jordan, and Machu Picchu in Peru. Just amazing places. So Stephanie Curry, thanks for joining us. Says you
Hi,
also love
Steph.
writing by the water, right? Not that there's much here in Alberta. Yeah. And Jane, hi Jane Doucette, nice to see you. Tuning in
Hi,
late, but happy
Jane.
to be here to support you
Jane,
both. Thank you.
Are you playing hooky from work to join us live?
I think she probably has finished work maybe for the day. Hey Mark, there's your hubby. Mark just joined
Hi,
us.
dear.
And Gaynor Tompkins,
Hi,
congratulations on the
Gator.
success of the Lonely Little Lighthouse
Hi,
on your
Gator.
world travels. What has been your favorite bookstore? Ooh, you answer that and then I'll answer it.
Um, uh, I love Shakespeare and Company, but I think the most beautiful bookstore that we went in, Mark and I, was in Portugal. Yeah, it, absolutely stunning. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was the inspiration for J.K. Rowling's.
Ah,
Yeah,
Diagon Alley. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and you hit the nail right on the head. My favorite is Shakespeare and Company in Paris.
Oh,
Just amazing. Not my next book, but the book after is going to be set in Paris. So I will have to go back at some
right.
time, right?
And I've just come up with this idea that I want to have a book in every language in every country that I've been to. So we need to go back. Just so you know, Mark, we need to go back to all the countries. I
Okay.
have not done that. So
Okay. Well, he's watching, so hopefully that little comment will. You have to start your list, right?
I
You got to
know.
start that list. And Gaynor says we'll have to send the Lonely Little Lighthouse to Portugal. Oh, what a good idea!
We will.
Yes. Oh, Mark, Apple Books, San Francisco. Oh,
Okay.
what a great city that is, right?
Yeah.
And so I would like is there anything else that you would like to share? We're going to wrap up momentarily. We're going to be heading very shortly to Cindy's book launch. Woo!
Woohoo.
But just is there anything you'd like to share about your writing, your author journey? And
I would just like to thank you. This is the second time we've gotten together in this format. And once again, it's been a complete privilege for me to sit with you and talk about my book and my work and all of that. And I thank you for giving we authors this platform. We love you for it.
Oh,
And
thank you.
yeah,
I love you guys.
yeah. And before it all dissolves into a crying fest because you're so far away and I can't give you a real hug,
I know.
send you an across the miles hug. And thank you everyone who tuned in, and thank you everyone for joining me on this journey in the lonely little lighthouse.
Oh, it's just, this is absolutely gorgeous. We really need to do a whole show and read the whole book. Look how gorgeous is that. It's very beautiful. And so the best way for people to reach you is, I assume, on your website.
Right. Yes.
Okay. And can they email you from there?
They can email me from there. They
Okay.
can, contact me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm on both of those.
Okay.
I will see your messages and I promise to get back to
Yay.
you.
And your other hat that you wear is as a reviewer on Atlantic Books Today. So if somebody has a book that they might like for you to review, how would they get that to you?
They can email me, and then if they want to send me a physical copy, I'll send them a mailing.
Okay, so this is www.lanashupe.com. If anybody wants to learn more about The Lonely Little Lighthouse, published by Nimbus Publishing, or learn more about Lana and her author journey and the work that she does as a reviewer as well. So on Facebook, Atlantic Book Reviews. And check it out. And really, thank you everybody for joining us today. And oh, Janice just joined us. Hi, Janice Landry.
Hi,
She said,
Janice.
congratulations, happy for you. And Angela Rose Sampson. I
Hi,
don't want to
Angela.
miss anybody.
Angela is a budding author herself, and I'm anxious for her to get published. So.
Oh, excellent. Well, and anybody out there who would like to be a guest on the author journey, please feel free to reach out to me as well. I guess I should put my website up there as well. And go ahead.
No, I'm just sorry.
Thank you again so much, Lana, for joining us. And we will have you back. And keep on writing and keep being you. And I hope you don't get buried in that snow. So stay warm. Bless you. And we'll talk to you soon.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
And thank you all for joining me on the author journey today and hearing more about Lana Shupe and her new book, The Lonely Little Lighthouse, and about what she has in store down the road. So come back to us next week. The author journey airs every Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m. Atlantic time on YouTube, the OC Publishing YouTube channel, the Facebook page, and on my LinkedIn profile. So we'll say bye for now. Happy reading and writing. And we hope to see you real soon